Canned fish is something that I would say tends to elicit a reaction in many people, that reaction being, well, disgust. And with most weird food items from Europe, I tend to agree. Sorry, European subscribers. But personally, it doesn't elicit that reaction in me. I used to be a little scared of it, but that was before I tried it. Way earlier this year, back when I still had hair on my head, I actually tried canned fish for the very first time. I had never had it, and I wanted to see if it was for me or if it was really as gross as it seemed, and I made a little video for it on my Patreon back when I maintained the illusion of doing things for my Patreon. Didn't like it, didn't hate it. Thought it was a bit plain, which is probably because I had it straight from the can, and I haven't really thought about canned fish since then, and honestly, I forgot I made that video. That was until I saw this come across my timeline recently.
Can we get a witness because you're about to marry me, Mackerel?
Marry me, Mackerel? First off, I'm taken. Second off, I'm not even a mackerel. Third off, if I was a mackerel, that would be bestiality, you pervert. Or at least I think it would be bestiality. I don't really know if people with a sexual attraction to fish exist. And I really don't want to know. In the United States, people are getting married less frequently and having kids less often. The question now is, marry me, mackerel, the solution to the downfall of traditional American values? Probably. Now, the creator at good.vibes.cooking said something in the video that caught my attention and also the attention of literally everyone else who watched the video.
The last step was to grate some Parmesan cheese. And remember, fresh is always best.
Fresh is best? You used jarred garlic, bottled lemon juice, and the whole recipe is based on fucking canned fish. Now, I made a whole skit about bad usernames 3 weeks ago, and I don't like rehashing shit, but at Good Vibes Cooking, way to let everyone know you picked the very first username you thought of. Me? I picked the second. Yes, I am better than you. Alert, alert, alert. This is our first recipe that poses a potential cancer risk according to the Instagram comments, so let's see if that's true.
Oh man, I forgot I'm stupid.
Listen, I really did try to research whether or not there is a genuine health risk from heating these cans up. I'm not a scientist, and unlike literally everyone else on the internet, I'm not gonna fucking pretend to be. Do anything at your own risk and don't listen to a word anyone on the internet ever says. With all that being said, I am going to cook one in the tin and I'm going to cook one not in the tin to see if it makes any difference in the final product. With all that out of the way, let's take a look at the ingredients. Canned mackerel, slap ya mama equivalent, paprika, basil, onion powder, garlic, lemon juice, heavy cream, and fresh Parmesan cheese. First, you're going to want to take your mackerel and drain all of the gross juices out of it. Yummy fish juice. Next, you're going to take all of your seasonings and mix them up. I eyeballed the fuck out of these seasonings, but I am going to put a list up of what I actually used. I struggled for about 5 minutes to get my lemon juice open. If you have that issue, apparently you have to poke a little hole in the top. I squeezed the bottle for about 5 seconds. It's up to you to determine how much that is in milliliters. Add way too little heavy whipping cream. Stir it. Realize that definitely wasn't enough. Add more. Stir it. Still not enough. Add more. Wait, no, add a little bit more. Stir it, but this time very carefully because you didn't mean to make this much and the ramekin is kind of small. Next, you're gonna fluff up your mackerel and holy shit, these things felt like goddamn rubber. Not boding well for the taste test, but we ride regardless. For my non-BPA infused portion, I'll be using this lovely Pyrex container which I got last Christmas. Once your stuff is properly fluffed, you're gonna pour that creamy seasoning mixture over your fish. Tap your shit a little bit to let the ooey gooey get in your cracks. Then realize that tapping ain't doing shit and force it in there. Shred up some cheese and top your mackerel with it. Then pop it in the air fryer at 400 degrees for about 4 to 7 minutes. I don't know, just do it until the cheese is nice and golden brown on top. Okay, still hot. I'm going to use the pot holder that God gave me. This is for the thumbnail. So I think we're about to dig in here. I don't really have a whole lot of notes for the cooking process. Honestly, the only thing I have of note is a good thing, and that is that it smelled quite nice. I think I had way more garlic and way more Cajun seasoning than they did, and I had less heavy whipping cream. I just concluded that I gotta go my own way, and I'm just gonna be going at this with the fork. So don't even mind me. I don't got no damn crackers. I just got a fork. So leave me be. What are you looking at? You know, there are some foods you gotta take some liquid in before you can start talking again. They just kind of gunk up your mouth a little bit, make it kind of hard to speak. This one definitely falls in that category. The tough preserved fish, the heavy cream, and the grated Parmesan cheese really make this like a mouth gluing experience. That being said, I actually kind of like the taste. It's one of those things that's just like, you know, I put so much fucking seasoning and heavy cream and cheese on it that it's like, how could that not taste good? And yeah, I don't know. I obviously use a lot more seasoning than she did, just based on the color alone. I also didn't use Slap Ya Mama. I used just a Cajun seasoning blend, which maybe mine's a little spicier than hers. Maybe mine's a little bit more savory than hers. Regardless, I really enjoyed how this turned out. This is my best canned fish experience. It's only my second one, but still, I'm glad I had it. As far as the differences go between the Pyrex versus the can, it just had to do with the distribution. Obviously, the Pyrex dish is much bigger than the tin can, so it dried out a little bit quicker. The top got a little bit crispier. I would just say if you're using a Pyrex dish about the same size that I am, just use 2 tin cans of fish and you should have no issues whatsoever. I would genuinely make this again. I don't know if I will, but I might, because it was pretty darn good. I'll probably finish the one in the Pyrex dish, maybe not the tin can. I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. My main complaint with this is that there are a couple ingredients that got lost when I made it. Particularly the lemon juice didn't really seem to do much, which is crazy considering the mackerel I used was also lemon flavored. So I basically had double lemon flavoring in there, and it still just got completely lost. Also, the garlic got lost, which is just a complaint I have about jarred garlic in general. It's just not as potent as fresh garlic. Sue me. Easiness to make. Honestly, I'm gonna have to give this a 9 out of 10. Really simple, you know, as long as you got the air fryer, the Pyrex dish. This wasn't too hard. It wasn't that gross either. Draining the canned fish wasn't that nasty. I thought it would be a little bit more nasty. I thought it would be more of a fishy smell in the house, but since I drained all of the fish juice out as per the instructions, there was no fish smell coming through the house. It really just smelled of Cajun seasoning and cheese, which is a great smell to have wafting through the house. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe. Here's the Patreon read. I want to give a huge thank you to all my Patreon supporters for keeping the channel going. Maddie Online, Dakota, Nolan, Minecraft Stever, Monty, Zachary Braun, Starfly, Abby Boyd, Holland, and Nick. Subscribe to my Patreon with the link in my description below. Only $1 a month. It's really just to show your support for the channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.